If you're watching this video, you probably own a smartphone, and even if by some chance you don't, well, I'm sure you've come across some of these myths before. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech, and today we're gonna bust the top 5 smartphone myths that are completely false. But before we do, here's a card to our latest giveaway. I'll also be leaving a link in the description below, and while you're down there, go ahead and bust that bell icon so that you receive your daily dose of tech truths every day. Myth 1. Highest SAR value devices cause cancer. Now this is a very common comment that we see on almost every one of our unboxing videos. There are a lot of people out there who seem to think that phones with higher SAR values seem to adversely affect health. Now while it's true that exposure to radiation for prolonged periods of time will cause health issues including cancer, the simple fact is that the radiation cost emitted by smartphones isn't powerful enough to cause any sort of permanent harm. In fact, there have been numerous research that has been conducted on this issue. Now we have linked to that in the description below, and these have effectively proven that any mobile that is sold in India has SAR values that are well within tolerable thresholds and will cause no long-term damage. In fact, India follows some of the most stringent global standards when it comes to specific absorption rate or SAR values as it's more commonly known. The 1.6 watt by kilogram value that India abides by is also the same as that in the United States. Myth 2. Charging batteries overnight causes degradation in battery life. Now before we begin, let me preface this by saying that battery degradation due to charging for long periods of time, now this used to be a real issue once upon a time. Well, I will not delve into the reasons behind it. There's a lot of electrical mumbo jumbo that goes into it. Fact of the matter is that most modern phones have batteries and extra circuitry that are built in to protect your phone from overcharging. In fact, while lithium-ion batteries of the past have had a real problem with this, but when it comes to modern smartphones, at least the ones released in the last 3 to 4 years, trickle charging is actually good for your battery. Oh, and while we are on this topic, here's another tip. The age-old advice of draining your battery fully before you charge it again, we've heard it a lot with laptops especially. Well, that was true only for nickel-cadmium batteries. Completely draining your battery for every charge cycle actually harms it, and that's what modern research says. Myth 3. Leaving the Bluetooth on drains battery life. Now this too is a myth that has some kind of foundation in truth. Before the days of Bluetooth 4.0, we used to see that services like Bluetooth would drain a smartphone's battery faster than you can drink a milkshake in the hot Chennai sun. But now with newer devices, we have super energy efficient wireless radios that absolutely sip battery. So just relax and stop trying to micromanage your Bluetooth every time you connect or disconnect to a device. Leave it on. It doesn't really make that big a difference. Wi-Fi too falls under the same category. Yes, it is a little bit more of a battery hog, but seriously, is it worth the extra 15 minutes of usage if you have to keep turning it on and off every single time you step out? Think about it for a minute. Now, here's myth number 4. Rooting will damage your phone. Now, coming from things that won't really make a difference, to your battery life, here's something that actually will. Rooting your phone and using apps like Greenify, that makes a reasonable amount of difference with battery. And we have actually made a detailed video about root and all its benefits, so here's a card to that video. But yeah, one of the most common questions that people ask us is, won't rooting damage my phone? Well, not really. If you follow the instructions and are careful, it won't damage your phone at all. We root our devices for a lot of reasons. In the past, I myself used to do it so that I could uninstall bloatware and improve performance and battery life. So yeah, just be careful and follow XDA, which is a great place for root tutorials. Just follow the instructions while you root your device. Your phone should be perfectly fine. Myth number 5. Android phones need antivirus apps. And you know what, even without an antivirus, your Android phone will be completely fine. I mostly see this being tagged on by offline shops who try to convince first-time smartphone buyers that an antivirus is a must-have, or by brands who preload some kind of antivirus software onto the phones. Now, if you are someone who has used Windows all your life, and if you're getting your first smartphone, then I understand how it's gonna be hard to believe that an antivirus is not important. You'd wanna buy an antivirus license to keep your phone safe. But honestly, if you stick to just the Google Play Store and not download shady apps from random websites, then you should be perfectly safe without having to deal with annoying antivirus apps. That being said, if you're the sort of person who goes after cracked APKs, let's say it happens. Well, even then an antivirus might not be able to save you from malicious apps. They mostly end up just being resource hogs, taking up space on your notification shade, suggesting random apps to install, sending you push notifications all the time. It's totally not worth it. Here's a bonus myth: Google apps have the best experience on Android. Now, I had to throw this one out since I recently had the most frustrating experience with Creator Studio, the app us content creators use on Android. Sometimes, a lot of times, videos that are just uploaded refuse to open on Android, even on the Pixel 2. But whereas when I tried from the iPhone 10 or the iPhone 8 Plus when I was testing it, it used to work very smoothly. Now, while Creator Studio is just one niche example, I've seen this kind of experience with a lot of other Google apps as well. Google Hangouts used to be a buggy mess on Android before Duo and Allo came along. On iOS though, it was much better, much more refined. So even though it is kind of hard to believe, Google's own apps seem to perform better on their competitors' platform. Maybe that's their way of enticing more users over to Android. Anyway, jokes apart, we are at the end of this video. We tried out something a little new with this one. So guys, please tell us in the comments if you liked or hated it. Your feedback will tell us if we should make more content like this in the future. Also, do you have any more smartphone myths that you would like us to investigate? Do you feel there's something that we haven't covered in this video? Tell us all about it in the comments down below. Like I said, if you hated this video, I'm sure you know what to do. But if you did like it, then drop us a giant like, get subscribed to C4Retech, and click on that bell icon so that you get notified every time a new video goes live here on C4Retech. And now, I must bid you adieu. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4Retech, and I'm signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.